Hey guys, it's Matt with BleepinJeep.com. The Zombie Jeep is about to get a lot of wiring and switches installed. On my last Jeep, I just started drilling holes in the dash, putting switches everywhere. I ended up with switches all over the place. For this one, I want to go a little different route, and I found this little spot right here, and I found that a license plate will fit just nicely across the width of there. So I think I'm going to try to make that my switch panel. It's easily accessible from the driver's side. All you have to do is reach over and you can turn on and off all the switches that you want. So let's see what we can come up with today. First, check out my website, BleepinJeep.com. We've got all the best off-road videos on YouTube, none of the boring stuff. We've also got hats and Bleepin Jeep t-shirts and Bleepin Jeep stickers as well. So check it out, BleepinJeep.com. Do subscribe to the YouTube channel and check out the Facebook page as well. Let's get started. Alright, I'll start by clamping it on the table. We'll see if I can put a 90 in that. Alright, now that actually fits quite nicely there. Now I've got a couple options here. There's two screws, one right here and one right here, so I could bend this all forward and then cut it off level here and then just screw it to the top, or I could bend it all inward except for two little tabs where I could screw it in here and here, or I guess I could bend it all in, drill a hole to access the screws. So I gotta try and think clearly here what I want to do. I think what I want to do is bend it all in except for two little tabs. So I'm going to mark right here and right there for where those two screws are. Then I'm going to lift it up and push it down. Mark the height. Probably a little bit tall. I can always make it shorter, but I can't make it longer. Alright, let's try that. Alright, so all of that's going to get bent backward just like this one, but right there where those two lines are there are not going to get bent back, they're going to get bent forward, and to do that I'll just cut here and here. Okay, let's see if that fits in there. I think it's going to need to be a little bit shorter. Alright, so I need to flatten this back out and make it a little bit narrower. Maybe right about there. Ought to do the trick. Alright, let's fit that. Alright, so there's just a few more things I need to do. One of which is, on the left side here, this little piece keeps it from getting pushed back to the inside. But on this side, there's nothing to keep it from getting pushed back on the bottom. The top screw will hold it, but the bottom's nothing's there. So I think I'll just take a drill a hole right here if I can, and then put a short screw in there just to keep that from sliding back further. Alright, I think I just need a shorter screw. Let's see if that'll work. Didn't get it hooked in there. I think I need to bend this down more like that. There we go. Alright, well I was thinking about putting this in there to be able to pull it out, but I think once I get a few switches installed in there, I'll be able to use the switches to pull it out. So I'm just going to mark the holes here for the screws, and I'll drill them out. Alright, now I can go ahead, mark these and cut them so that these tabs aren't sticking out anymore. Alright, well I've got it out. I think I'll put some holes in it for the switches. So when I went to go put this down to drill it, I noticed that it's exactly the same width as a 2x4. So if you're doing this at home, you might as well just start bending this around a 2x4 instead of taking all those measurements, and it looks like that's going to be the perfect width for you. Alright, so I'm ready to drill some holes for the switches, but you want to keep in mind that sometimes the switches are pretty big on the back side. This one is one of the ones I'm installing. The hole's going to need to be 1/2 inch on most switches, but you want to make sure that you have enough room on the back. So, use my tape measure here. I don't know how many switches I'm going to have total, but I could put them up high, low, or just all the way across in the middle. Let's see how I want to do this. Alright, so I think I'll just do a straight line of switches 1 inch apart, straight across, so that'll give me enough room for, what, I think 11 switches? Alright, so there it is. Now, I don't have 11 switches at the moment, but I could buy covers for these, but I think a better idea would be to buy 11 switches and just stick them in here as covers. Doesn't matter if they're not used or not. I can also label one ejector seat. Alright guys, so that's my custom switch panel for the Zombie Jeep. I feel like James Bond, except the suit. I need a tux or something. Anyway, don't forget to check out the website, BleepinJeep.com. We've got all the best off-road videos on YouTube, none of the boring stuff. We've got hats and t-shirts and Bleepin' Jeep stickers as well. So check it out, BleepinJeep.com. Do subscribe to the YouTube channel and check out the Facebook page and leave your comments below. We'll see you next time.